This is the fourth video I've recorded in an hour, and I gotta go to sleep. But I know I'm gonna upload this on the next day after every other video I recorded in the past hour. I know I need you to go to sleep real quick, but I just need to say this. I just need to ask. I've contacted support about this a few times. It's about Duolingo, because I use Duolingo a lot. But why are accessibility features either not present and locked behind a paywall? Because there are features that are present, but you have to pay for. Like, every single time you want to, every single time you want to buy a 1 minute extension for time challenges, which my IEP says I should have double the time for tests. So, in order to make it follow my IEP and make it fair, let's say the test is 5 minutes. Let's say for my timers, I don't know exactly how many, but use my timers in a bundle of, let's say it's 100 gems for 5 timers. I don't know the exact values. It doesn't matter. Like, you're gonna, like, every single time I want to do a time challenge, I have to spend every single time I want to do a time challenge, I have to spend gems, which I can get by either doing non-time challenges, which will, yeah, that's not really what you do, but like, you can only get a certain amount of gems from them, and so you have to go on them every hour on the hour in order to watch your hourly video, your hourly ad pumped straight into your veins in order to get like 5 gems an hour. And you slowly build up your gems in order to make the app every like every like 5 days you can do one time challenge and it'll line up with your IEP plan. But like, come on, can you just make that like a thing? Because like, I have the paperwork to prove. I don't have the paperwork, but like, I can get the paperwork to prove that that's in my IEP. That's in. I don't know what IEP stands for, but that's in my IEP. And that's like a mandated thing. That's like a very, very, very mandated thing. It was also supposed to go in there that I need a scribe because my handwriting's not good. But my school forgot to put that in my IEP, so it's not. But yeah, I can like get the stuff needed to prove that it's in my IEP. And like, that should, like, accessibility features shouldn't be behind a paywall. But at least it's not as bad as the fact that they have like a feature where like, if you're in a situation where you can't hear, like if you're in a situation where you can't talk, you can turn off vocal lessons, and if you're in a lesson, or if you're in a situation where you can't use volume or you can't hear, then you can turn those off. But one of the most common daily challenges is to do 7 auditory lessons, which that seems like it shouldn't be the most common one when the accessibility tool, they turn that off. One, the accessibility tool only lasts 1 hour, so if you're deaf, every single hour you have to go into your settings and turn those off, or you get presented with questions that you can't answer because you're deaf, and then you have to lose all your progress on the lesson just to go into the settings and turn that off. And yes, I know that there's a skip button in the thing, but like, that just seems like it's rubbing salt in the wound. Like, oh, you're too dumb to do this one because you're deaf. Like, no, they're deaf. Like, imagine if like there's like a program for like blind people that was like helping them read Braille. to like people who struggle with reading Braille. But like they also like every time they introduce a new character, they try to do like visual association stuff. Every time you had to tell them that you were blind and couldn't see it, and every single time they insulted you for being blind because you're too dumb to see. Like that seems like a bad thing. You like that seems like a bad thing. And the main point of what I'm trying to say is the fact that even if you always have auditory lessons turned off, you still get the daily goal of doing 7 auditory lessons. Seems like a problem, and I've addressed Duolingo through multiple official service emails, like not emails, but like contact ways of contact. I've used the forums, I've used emails, I've used different ones for like the iOS exclusive things, like the global stuff, not Duolingo Plus stuff. They also got rid of their farm stuff, by the way. Also, it's not Duolingo Plus anymore. About a year ago, they made it Duolingo Super. And a lot of the ads are just copy and pasted, but made worse. And a lot of the promotional material still hasn't been updated yet. And honestly, I feel like they probably shouldn't change something that's been around for so long. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to mention this, but there's Duolingo English now, which seems like a dumb thing to do. Like Duolingo English. So you're saying that you picked out one of the languages in your Duolingo system that isn't even the world's most spoken language that you offer. It's like most people speak Chinese, I believe, and they offer Chinese, so they should have gone with Chinese. But they speak English, and even if they have a whole course that teaches Chinese, they don't want to go through it so they can code something in Chinese. Just do it in English. And so they made a version of Duolingo that's just Duolingo, but instead of teaching you like to associate this word with this word in your native language, it's just this other thing. I don't even know how it works. They also made Duolingo Math, which seems like an even worse idea. All the characters are geometric shapes. What? Yeah, it's like nearly 11 o'clock. I was gonna go to sleep early, but now I'm just recording and my body is slowly dying and my voice, I don't know if it's coming across, but my voice, to me, it sounds like my voice is just slowly degrading over and over and over and over and over and over. So I'm just gonna go to bed night. But night.